Welcome from the home of the New York Mets, Citi Field in Queens. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. The Atlanta Braves going up against the New York Mets. John Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton. Chris, one guy having a big year for this club, leading the team in home runs and runs batted in. Pete Alonso. He leads the team in wins above replacement, so most days you can expect him to be a big factor for these guys.
Yeah, Boog, he's definitely a huge piece of the puzzle for this ball club right now. He's just having a really nice year, and that's on both sides of the ball, not just offensively. You talk to guys in the clubhouse, the coaching staff, they always have great things to say about him, and they say the team really looks to him to be one of the on-field leaders day in and day out. Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip, but he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win.
Oh, that one's behind him. And a good eye there.
2-1.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Got him swinging. Here's Luis Guillorme. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Here's a high chopper. McNeil gets it to first. 2 up, 2 down. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Forrest Wall.
He's been a solid force for his team right now. Kind of a fire starter when you consider an on-base percentage over 400 over the last 10 games. That's solid, consistent work. He's making things happen for this offense right now.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. And singing, they're dealing with a former MVP in this spot. On the ground to the left, and that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. Throws to second, and he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Here is Matt Olson.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
Foul ball there.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Runner at second, 2 down. And we're just getting started here in the top of the first. That's a strike. And it's not even 2.
Well, he's realizing out there on the mound that he's got to settle in pretty quickly, or else he's going to get hit hard in this first inning.
And the pitch. And that's outside. And the count is 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. And another ball. The next pitch misses. 3-2 now. Marcell Ozuna in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Acuna at second with 2 down. And down on strikes he goes. That's the 3rd out. So 1 hit is all they get. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. And we're back. And towing the slab in this one, Chris Sale. What do we need to know here?
Comes into this start sporting a lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
Bottom of the first. Here's Starling Marte. Sale, multi-time All-Star, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. To third, Guillorme. Fires across the diamond. Marte retired. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs. Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Sale delivers. Ground ball left side. Throw on to Olsen. And here this afternoon, 2 quickly away in the bottom of first.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Sale, 35 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2010. That one fouled off. 2 out, space is empty. And there's a foul ball. The wind and the pitch. Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly. We played an inning, no score. You can never be like me. Yeah, I push until I bleed, and I keep it so 100. New inning getting started. Stepping in the long ball threat, Marcell Ozuna. And a pitch. Ball 1, no strikes.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And another ball. Wouldn't chase that time.
Straight one.
The wind of the pitch.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And he deals. And he walked him. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at-bat.
Well, a great back and forth in that at-bat. He had to play off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Here's Orlando Arcia. And that one is lifted in the air. Bader sizing it up. He's got it. And there's one away. Here's Sean Murphy. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Runner takes off, fouled off. He was late. Ozuna leads off first with one away. Next offering is downstairs.
Yeah, and because he's got the big arm, he pays attention to the running game and is sure to manage it.
The pitch.
When you have a catcher that can throw like that, a pitcher doesn't have to worry as much about the slide step. He can keep his mechanics intact and have a better opportunity of getting that hitter out with a swing and miss.
That one misses. They're now 3-1. Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now. On the ground, dive, and he's got it. Quickly to second for one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Now to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Pitch.
Well, Boog, it didn't take very long for Alonso to set the home run record here at Citi Field. He passed Lucas Duda for the top spot in June of 2023.
Just off the inside edge.
2-0 count to a guy like this at the plate. You've got to throw a pitcher's pitch. Don't just try to get a strike. He could make you pay.
Next one misses, and now 3-0. The pitch. That one called a strike, and the count is 3-1. Hit high in the air. There it goes. See ya. And that gives him the lead. It's 1-0.
He's swinging a red-hot bat. This isn't the first home run we've seen him hit these last few games. It probably won't be the last. He wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. First offering, and it just misses.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And it's even up.
1-1.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the second game of the series. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
2-2.
The pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
And now Bader up to the plate. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. just missed. That one's in there, and now it's even 1-1.
Ooh, Rusty Valentine umpiring behind the plate in this one. He has what you might call a tall strike zone, both at the letters and down below the knees.
Yeah, and I'm sure that helps a lot of pitchers we see today who like to work up, down, trying to change eye levels and swing paths.
Yep, exactly.
1 out, bases empty. And that's in the dirt. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to her strengths. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
2 outs, bases empty. And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that's too high.
2-0.
And a foul ball. The count 2-1.
Nope, that's low.
2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. Bottom half of inning number 2. And there's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So all down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it. They might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Francisco Alvarez in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Two outs. Right through there for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
And now the lefty just misses the mark outside the zone.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And Sale deals. Swung out, deep. That one went back there. That one's going to land not so much here, but here. A gigantic blast. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 3-0.
He hasn't been at his best at the plate these last few games, so this could end up being an important home run for him. Maybe it's a sign of more to come. Power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. How was that fastball out of here?
Now at the plate, Brett Beatty. He swings and fouls one off. Two down, nobody on. They say you win.
No ball. 2 strike.
Not even close there. And the count 1-2. Out to short, Arcia. Now the throw to first on the run. And that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Queens, all set for the start of the inning. Here's Jared Kelnick. Hauser back to work.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Next pitch is outside. Good eye right there. Left-hand batter waits. And a swing and a miss.
3-2.
Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. Kicks and deals. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So now to the plate for Atlanta. Forrest Wall. First pitch, and he just misses. Kelnick gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Flips the corner. Strike 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Next offering misses down and away. Here comes a pitch. In the air on the infield. And there's one down.
Now the second baseman,
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Off the plate, ball 1. The Braves trailing by 3. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. That's to third. Beatty to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Now in for the Braves, Luis Guillorme. Grounded out his first time up. Pitch misses there, and that is ball 1. On the ground to third. Toss to Alonso, and that is the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Mets 3 and the Braves nothing. Back here at Citi Field, set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now it's the right fielder, Starling Marte. And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. This third inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Foul ball. Next pitch, not close, up high.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Stays alive. Sail ready. And another ball.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Got it by him for the K.
Now that was a really good job setting him up right there. Pitcher and catcher working together to finish him off with a fastball. And even though the location probably wasn't what he wanted, the sequence is what got the job done. Clearly late with the swing after seeing the off-speed stuff on the pitch before.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Next offering is in for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Bounce to the right. Albies on the run, sends it over to first. On target, he got him. Nice play.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what it was supposed to do.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
That pitch gets the inside corner. It's 0-1. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that one wrapped foul. Two outs. On the ground, right side. And it gets by him. And that keeps the inning alive.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot him through for a knock. And we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Here's Pete Alonso. He's already homered in this game. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. Nimmo leads off first with 2 down to the inning. In there at the knees for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Mets strand 1, but they lead it 3-0. And we're back. And now, Ronald Acuna Jr. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate, and there's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Fought off foul.
Have you ever caught a foul ball as a fan?
Only as a broadcaster, not as a fan. You?
Haven't been to many games as a fan.
Deep drive down the line. Foul ball. The 0-2. Got him looking. Froze him with the heater at the knees. Here's Matt Olson. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Matt Olson.
One of the things that helped Olson in 2023, a stance adjustment, and that as well kept him more balanced for less swing and miss. Calls it in, and there's 2 away.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives don't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Marcell Ozuna. That one at the knees for a strike. Ozuna, a former All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH. Off the mark there, and that's ball 1.
You know, Boog, people don't realize how far the jog is from the dugout to the outfield position. And if you're playing in Oakland, man, it's a country mile to get out there. So for him to be able to be the DH today, that is really a nice day off.
Wouldn't chase that time. The Mets leading by 3, top half of inning number 4. Bounce to the left side. Gathers and throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Braves. And the Braves go down quietly. They trail it here 3-0. Bottom 4, now it's the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. The wind of the pitch.
On the mound, he's got to remember his offense can score a lot. So if he can hit the reset button from here going forward, there's still a chance that his club can win this ball game.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2000.
Swung on, and there it goes. It is high. It is far. It is gone. He'll circle the bases. His second home run of the series, and they add on. It's 4-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of his ballpark.
And stepping in for New York, Harrison Bader. On the ground, out to short. Arcia. The throw to first. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Designated hitter.
Next is the designated hitter, Tyrone Taylor. He walked and came around to score his first time up. That one misses in the dirt. Taylor goes 6'1", 220 pounds, and he was a second-round pick back in 2012. That misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Just missed.
Bro, I expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Top of the zone for a called strike. Drive, and that should be extra bases. Taylor races for second. The throw in, and he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. He's already homered here in this one. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And it's 1-1.
He's been trying to tease the zone with that slider, but these hitters have showed patience, not going outside the strike zone.
That clips a corner. Meanwhile, Activity in the bullpen. Aaron Bummer getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. The pitch. And another ball. One out and a runner at second. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. That one way outside. 3-2 now. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think that if they gave the pitcher a false scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. Out there to center. Wall under it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now the right field.
Starling Marte up to hit. Ball 1 there. And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Taylor, the lead runner, out at second. Alvarez at first. 2 out of the inning. Wouldn't chase that time. Jeff McNeil to bat next. At the belt and fires. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. And they're all loaded up. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. That does it for Chris Sale as the lefty makes way. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. New pitcher on now, Aaron Bummer.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute 1 pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Jeff McNeil stands in.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. McNeil tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. Didn't go. The 1-0. And a big swing and a miss.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
That's down and in. Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as, yeah, they put the tag on him, that's the 3rd out, inning over. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Ready now for the 5th inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Orlando Arcia. The right-hander back to work.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. The shortstop takes the ball. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Next pitch misses, and the count is filled up. And they'll do it again. Bounced out to short. Lindor. One up, one down.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
So here's Murphy now. He's 0 for 1. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Right through there for a strike.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
Line drive caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Kelman now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. The Mets leading by 4, and we're at the top of the 5th. And now it's even up. And it's fouled away. Two down, nobody on.
2-2.
That one to first. Alonso. He takes it on his own, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Braves go down quickly here. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. In Queens, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. As the lefty gets to work, and that's off the inside edge. 1-0. And that one fouled off. This to third, into the outfield, base hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And now Pete Alonso. Swinging a foul straight back. Bomber deals. Slice down the right side. Runner at first with no outs here. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Kicks and fires. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball to the right side. They get 1. Goes to second. Safe there. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. And a pitch. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Nimmo leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. That one way inside. Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Man at second. Not close with that one, and it's 3-2. Payoff pitch. And ball 4 to a board. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
You get a walk, and you get a walk. Everyone gets a walk, boo.
And next for the Mets, Harrison Bader. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. That's in there. 1-1.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Murphy snags it for the second out.
The batter, number 50, designated hitter,
Tyrone Taylor getting ready to hit. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And the pitch. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around third. The throw in. He's safe.
Well done. Drives in the run. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer. And he hit the ball on the screws.
And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. And a good eye there. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. And another ball. 2-0 the count. Here it comes. Just missed. The pitch. And there's the automatic.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
And there's a foul ball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
2 on, 2 outs. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
We'll just keep handing out gifts, Boo. Or are we supposed to bring something?
See, I think just our presence is the present. So up next for New York, Brett Beatty. And takes low for ball 1.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
And now 2-0.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
2 outs. Ground ball right side. Olsen takes it to the bag. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But the RBI single pushes across a run, and the lead is now 5-0. You're dialed into the show. Top 6 now in for the Braves. Forrest Wall.
Forrest Wall.
And here it comes. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
You know, these Braves need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. They've got to be frustrated with how many balls they're hitting on the ground. It's been one grounder after another, it seems. And I'm not sure the infield grass can take much more of this, Boog.
Righty to the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's ripped. Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The batter.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Close one. Doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Of course, you have to credit the pitching for making them beat the ball into the ground so often, but I haven't seen much of an adjustment from the hitters yet either. Got to find a way to get under the ball a little bit more and get it in the air.
There's the swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
1-2 here. And another ball.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
That one misses, and that's ball 3.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And he deals. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And he walked him.
Well, this could be the start of something. They haven't found a way to score yet, but now's their chance to change that.
Luis Guillorme next up for the Braves. Left field. Nimmo has it sized up. Nimmo makes the grab. Two on with one out. Ronald Acuna Jr. will hit next. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. That one finds the zone.
0-1.
Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Phil Bickford appears to be getting loose. Ottavino also getting ready. The Mets leading by 5, and we're the top half of the 6th. 2 on, 1 out. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And the right-hander deals.
That's the ball. Two and two.
This one in the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. The pitch. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Strike 3 called on a slider at the knees. So first and second with 2 outs. Matt Olson next up for the Braves. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
First and second, 2 down here in the second game of the series. Just missed. Left-hand hitter waits. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The pitch. And down on strikes. That's out number 3.
A couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Well, we go bottom 6 at the plate. Starling Marte. The pitch. And a strike on the outside edge. On the ground to the left. Guillorme to first. Marte retired.
The batter, the second baseman.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. One down, base is empty. Line drive, base hit.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Nimmo, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. And a foul ball. McNeil, the base runner at first with one out. And a 1-2. Bounce to third. Guillorme over to Albies. On to first, double play, and that's the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 6 full. It's the Mets 5 and the Braves nothing. Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Phil Bickford.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Number 50.
So now here's the DH, Marcell Ozuna. He's 0 for 1.
The designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
And a pitch. That one ripped. And foul ball. Bickford, in his 4th year, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. And the 0-1. And a foul ball. Foul ball still 0-2. Right-handed reliever. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And a pitch. Up the middle, McNeil. Tosses to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync, and the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Orlando Arcia. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That misses the zone, and the count even 1-1. One down, base is empty. Hit in the air, right field. Marte moves under it, hauls it in for the out.
The batter, the catcher, Sean.
Next to
Murphy.
hit, Sean Murphy. He's built his reputation as one of the top framers in the sport. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
2 down, nobody on. Close, but called a ball. And now 2-0. Just missed. And that's ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Kelnick in the box now. No balls and a strike. There's a strike.
0-2.
2 outs. Right through their cover. Out number 3. Braves strand 1. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Matzik.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And now the first baseman, Pete Alonso. 1 for 3. And a pitch. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Kicks and deals.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Joe Jimenez getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Ball to strike. Good eye in that spot. And another ball.
3-1.
Here comes a pitch. And that one off the inside edge. You walked him.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Here's Francisco Lindor. And first offering is fouled off. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark, but obviously out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
That catches the corner. Next offering upstairs.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
In the dirt, but kept close. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Alonso stands at first with 1 out. Foul ball there. The pitch. Runner on the go. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The pitch. This one popped up right side. Acuna has it sized up. And he makes the catch. That's out number 2.
Now that's the designated hitter, Taylor.
So now here's the Mets DH, Tyrone Taylor. Right through there for a strike. Pitch misses inside. 1-1. At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kicks and fires. And that one lifted in the air center field. Wall moving under this one. And that is that. Mets leave 1 as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead.
Concentrate in my balance, give life a better chance. I'm too involved in God, not telling.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th, Jake Diekman.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with a lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Here's the center fielder, Forrest Wall.
The center fielder, Forrest Wall.
And he deals. And there's a ball. Line drive. He's got it, and there's one down.
The batter number 1, second baseman,
Ozzie Albies. Next up for the Braves. That's a little bit low. The Mets leading by 5, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one's in there, and the count is 1-1. The pitch. Almost got him. One down, base is empty. On the corner for a strike. Swings and misses. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Guillorme stands in now and watches strike 1. That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. The pitch. This one popped up. Baden under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3. It's 5-0. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Joe Jimenez. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. The pitch. That's in there, and it's 0-1. He swings and fouls one off. And that's downstairs and outside. Pitch misses. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform, but at some point that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
This one in the air, center field. On his way over. Out. Number 2.
The right field. Starling.
So digging in, Starling Marte. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. First pitch misses. Action in the pen down there. Ronaldo Lopez getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Two down, nobody on. Into center. Wall in position. He makes the grab, and that ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr. And here it comes. There's a strike, 95 of that one.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
That's off the mark, and it's 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And the pitch. Way outside, and it's 2-1.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
And now the lefty. That one missed.
3-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Olsen, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Strike 2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
On the ground, and that's just foul. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first, in time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
Ozuna in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. Next offering upstairs. And there's a ball. The Mets leading by 5 here at the top of the 9th. Hard hit right side. On to first. Ball game. And the Mets use 3 pitchers to combine for the shot.
With this win here today, you've won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. So you would think the work is done. But when you're at home, how don't believe so. You got to come back with a mindset for Game 3 that you want to win it, and you're going to go out and do everything that it takes. You win like that at home, you position yourself for good things down the stretch.
5-0 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious New York Mets, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For Atlanta, no runs on only 2 hits, no errors. They left 6 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 48 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we